So God sent the second plague, frogs.
God said, my people come so they can worship me. No.
So God sent the third plague, lice.
Yay, Kira! That's great.
And each time a plague would come, Pharaoh would beg Moses to seek the face of the Lord to take the plague away, promising that he would let the people go. And Moses would do so, and the Lord would take the plague away, but Pharaoh would still not let the people go.
God said, let my people go. I said you would. No.
And the faith of the Hebrews for God grew, and yet Pharaoh continued in the same way. 6 more plagues came to the Egyptians, but they did not come to the Hebrews. Each plague proved to the Hebrews and Egyptians that he was the one and only true God, having power over their false gods.
And so in God's time, the fourth plague, flies came, but they did not enter the camp of the Hebrews.
Yay, Kira!
God said, let my people go so they can worship me. No, I would not let the people go.
And therefore the cattle began disease, releasing the fifth plague.
Oh no, the cows are dying. Oh no, the sheep. Oh no, the goats. God said, let my people go so they can worship me. No.
The sixth plague, painful boils came on their body, and still Pharaoh would not let the people go.
God said, let my people go so they can worship me. No.
The seventh plague came, fire and hail came. What a miraculous sight that must have been, to see water and fire at the same time.
That's okay.
faith of the Hebrews for God increasing, but also some of the Egyptians were starting to believe the God of the Hebrew people. His power and protection for his people was being well established. But because Pharaoh would still not let the people go, in God's timing, he sent the 8th plague, locusts, and they ate all their grain.
The first one. Very good.
God said, let my people go so they can worship me. No!
So God sent the 9th plague, darkness.
God said, let my people go so they can worship me. No!
Pharaoh continued to refuse to let the people go until the last plague, the deaths of the firstborn of all of Egypt. By following God's instructions of sacrificing an unblemished lamb and putting the blood of the lamb with a hyssop branch on the doorposts and lintels of the houses, the Israelites and any Egyptians who also followed the instructions were spared this plague as deaths passed over their houses.
This is a symbol of the Passover lamb that was killed, so our children might live. It remains to us not only of God's wonderful grace in providing for us life and not death, it also reminds us that we are called obedience in response to God's gift of life. The sacrifices at the Temple of Jerusalem were a reminder of God's gift of life. And so the 10th plague came.
Through these plagues, God passed judgment on all the gods of Egypt. It was through this last plague that Pharaoh finally agreed to let the people go. The Egyptians were urgent upon the people of Israel and sent them out in haste, giving them their gold and their silver. For they feared what the Lord would do to them next. In their haste, the Israelites took up their dough before it was risen. After the Israelites left, Pharaoh changed his mind and sent his army after them.
Oh no, what?